Morning, everybody. Welcome back to Lockpod. To me.
Listen to that voice. Wow, it's so nice to hear that voice.
Season 16, episode
Speak
21.
For yourself, Kevin.
Sorry, Linz.
Coming to you live from the Midwest's most dangerous podcast, Lockpod. Season 16, episode 21.
You got through
from
that,
the Nika
all right.
IBEW Powering Indiana Lake County Studios.
Welcome back to the locomotive.
Thank you.
And hi, Lindsay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Pregnant Lindsay.
Yep.
Is that
How's
your name?
how's
No
pregnant
more
Lindsay going? Yeah,
notorious
LMP.
Fuck
P
that.
stands
Nah.
for pregnant.
Pregnant Lindsay.
Lindsay.
LM pregnant.
Yeah, I wanted to extend a thank you to Jill. She gave me a bag full of mac and cheese and Coca-Cola, which I was saying were my
Nice.
cravings. And then this
Mac and
cute
cheese.
little
Look at,
onesie.
oh, show that, John. That's hilarious.
Storm Pooper.
Yeah, isn't that cute?
Oh, my God. That's such a
Yeah.
Lindsay.
She's
that's a
a girl's
Lindsay,
girl. She gets it.
Lindsay's baby's onesie.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's going to be the first
Pooper.
one.
Yeah.
That's great.
Cute.
How are you doing? Tired?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm exhausted.
Are you?
I'm at that stage in the pregnancy where I can feel my organs shifting upwards.
Whoa.
So, yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Never
know.
felt that.
You know, it's
That's the
different
name of
when
the
you...
I
Yep, organ
Felt
shift
my organ
upwards.
shifting. Yeah.
It's
you go.
crazy, going through nursing school and, reading about all this and then experiencing it firsthand. It's kind of nuts, so... Cool.
You're tired too, aren't you, locomotive?
Dude, I had a bad... I'm, having trouble getting back on... I thought I was sleeping well, but this morning I woke up at 6:45.
Okay, that's late.
Which is really late for me. So I had 15 minutes to get ready to leave for the show. I go downstairs because I want a quick cup of coffee, and I make it, and the stupid coffee maker doesn't work. I don't realize it because you don't realize it until after it pours through.
Sure.
And it's cold, light brown coffee.
Hate when that happens.
So I'm just like, ah! So I didn't have coffee.
Okay.
And then I run out the door, and I get into my car, and I left the top open last night, the sunroof.
Oh,
I'm a dumb
it's
shit.
a bad.
What
That's a
happened
bad
over the
night to do
summer?
that.
It's raining.
And
for
it's
the-
raining like 40.
And it's cold.
Yeah, so I literally I had 2 inches of water in my car as soon as I got in there. I splash in, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm just like, you're such a stupid
No
shit.
coffee.
No coffee. Late wake up, and then
Still
I splash
on
into my front
Hawaiian
seat.
time.
What the fuck is the matter with me?
Well, on the upside, you had a good 10 days. You had a good run.
8 days.
Okay, you had a good 8
Don't
days.
be exaggerating.
Well, sorry. I mean,
I
was rounding
I missed
up.
3 shows though.
You did.
Two
It's almost.
official.
It's generally unacceptable. What
It
we
is
gave you. If it
unacceptable.
wasn't,
It's always that time of year. It's a good week. It's a bad week for Lockpod for me because it's Marissa's birthday, our anniversary, and Veterans Day, all in the same week.
well, I was going to say you get a pass because of Marissa's birthday.
Yeah,
By the way, I just noticed that Dead sweatshirt is a Hawaiian.
yes,
Like I see the
Hawaiian.
islands right
See,
on
look
the
at-
steely. Look at the, yeah, it's really cool. On the front.
Don't look at my wet ass cheek. When you
from the 2 inches of water you splashed into.
But yeah, they had this store across the street from where I was staying. That's the Hawaiian flag, by the way.
Yeah.
If you don't realize, and in the Hawaiian Islands, and
Uh-huh.
it's a Dead shirt. They had it was crazy T-shirt place because it's a tourist area, and at this crazy T-shirt place, they had a deal with the Grateful Dead. So they had all kinds
So
of Dead
cool.
shirts, and there were a lot of Hawaiian Dead shirts, and I'm like,
Did they actually have a deal with
yeah,
the Grateful Dead?
Yeah, they
or
did. No, this place was real legit. This whole area was super upscale.
Well-
They had Tiffany's and stuff like that. So this T-shirt shop,
Really
it wasn't.
fancy.
It was not the cheapest Dead shirt ever.
I was going to say,
bought. Yeah.
there's all that stuff from the Dead where Jerry's escape was to go scuba diving, and they would go to Hawaii and do all that scuba
That's
diving.
right. In fact,
Yeah.
the former drummer Bill Kreutzmann lives in the Big Island.
Oh, wow, that's right.
Yeah, but so I bought one, the short sleeve. This is one. I was gonna buy both, but they were not cheap. And I'm like, listen, I got a million freaking Dead shirts. I can't even wear them. I have so many. So I'm like, I have to get at least one surfer Dead shirt, and I bought it. And then I started jonesing about this long sleeve
this
that I
is a
passed
different
up.
one.
So I went running back in, and I got this one right before I left.
It's cool. It's
Because
cool.
I'm addicted. So
That's really cool. Well,
Man.
speaking of Hawaii, let's hear all about it. We missed
it was
you.
nice. It
3
was really
episodes,
nice.
thanks to Johnny.
It was
and-
Marissa's 50th birthday, so I
Nice.
wanted to do something special for her. And her and I, last year we went to Hawaii for our first time, and it was during this week we went to Hawaii. And it's literally, I think it's the best time of the year you can go visit. I honestly do. And it works well for Marissa and I because it's her birthday, it's our anniversary. And then you just go to Hawaii this time of year. I was swimming in the water every day. It was 83 degrees at Waikiki. And it's just blows my mind that you could swim in ocean water in November and it's 83 degrees. It makes you wonder, like, what's this like in July? Like, it's freaking 83 degrees.
It's probably the same. It's probably 84 or something, 85.
I just love it there. And we stayed in the same exact hotel we stayed in last year, which was called the Royal Hawaiian. It's a really small hotel. It's right on the beach.
So this is on what island? Oahu?
Oahu, yeah. This is on. We were supposed to do. We were doing Oahu for a few days. That was my office. That was where, honestly, I spent a lot of time.
Kind of reminds me of your
right
City
there.
Hall view.
Yeah. A lot like.
Very similar.
That's
is that Calumet Avenue down there?
That's Diamond Head Crater you see in the background. It's
wow.
I've hiked to the top of that. It's really
cool.
Yeah, but Marissa and I have known this island pretty well now. Been there for a couple weeks now. But literally, I spent 6 hours a day on that patio.
So that's like the daytime view of what we just saw.
And right below that is Waikiki Beach, and it's this pimp. It's like the water is like right. I walked downstairs.
Is that where you swam, Tom? Like right in this area?
Yeah, literally. Like I swam all through that whole area. You see, John, I was like 200 feet out. I was way the hell out there. Like the surfers were out further than me, but I was like furthest out for anybody.
Wow.
And like I'd be swimming, and I'm like, what if I get attacked by a shark, man? Like I'm out here in the ocean, you know? Like,
right.
Well, like yeah, you know. I mean, it's not intimidating deep, though. That's the cool thing about Waikiki. It's sort of shallow. So if I did get a cramp, I could probably bounce off the bottom and get in. I'm sure I could get in. I was more like, because you're out in the ocean, man.
Yeah.
There could be like a hammerhead to go flying through there, you know? Like all kinds of bad shit could happen. And thankfully, nothing happened. But
thankfully is right.
Yeah.
I mean, so the good thing is you're a good swimmer and a Navy diver.
Yeah.
So
I'm not intimidated by water. I'm intimidated by sharks.
I would be very intimidated.
I'm not intimidated by swimming at all. Like I don't ever think I'll drown.
Look at this picture.
So these are like epic hikes you go on. That's the cool thing about Waikiki is like you're in like Waikiki. It's like Honolulu is a big city. Mm-hmm. That's the thing that like blows your mind. Like it's a big city. You get there and they have like traffic problems everywhere. It's like you're in a big city. Waikiki is a part of it, and the Waikiki super pimp like a exclusive little beach area, right? But as soon as you get out of Waikiki, you could go one way and you're in the middle of this, which is total like rugged
That's what I was going to ask you. Like,
it's like a rainforest.
How far? This is like it looks like a jungle.
This
how
is like
far
20
is
minutes
this
away from my hotel. 20 minutes away.
Okay.
I could see my hotel on that hike. And there's hikes you can do that are further, but like these hikes you go on, they're on All Trails. It's rated hard, and I'm like, whatever, dude.
The app, you mean? All Trails app.
All Trails app, and like it's like. I did the equivalent. The one I did last was like the equivalent of a black diamond. It was so hard.
The thing I remember about Hawaii is it's very windy. Was it windy for you too?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
When you're up there like that, because you're in the middle of the ocean. It's an island in the middle of the ocean.
There's nothing buffering that wind.
There's nothing stopping
it.
You'll have like
that's
60.
Why surfing's so popular.
Yeah,
good point.
Well, no, the North Shore of Oahu, we drove up there. That's where all the surfers are this time of year because of the ocean currents make the waves come in. So like. I'm just trying to.
You're right. It looks like a rainforest.
It totally.
Look at how muddy it is. Yeah, wow.
That is literally a rainforest. That's what I was walking through. Is literally a rainforest. It was raining on us the whole hike. That was an easy one. It doesn't look very hard. It was like 5-mile circle, but it was gorgeous, man. You just walk through. Like I can't imagine the people that live there, and they just like they can go on a trail like this every day and just see like. First off, walking 5 miles in a circle every day is good for your health.
For sure.
Secondly, it's just like amazing. You see all these amazing birds and just like, John, now look behind me. Like, okay, that's the trail I had to walk down across those hills there. That hike. Yeah, you're walking across the tops of the whole time.
It looks like there's like a fence or something.
You're on the trail right there, right?
It's weird.
It is. That was the hardest hike I've ever done.
Whoa,
and I did it.
Look at that.
I was so proud of myself. Now, there's one more that you click on. Now, that's Honolulu in the background there. That's the one. Okay. You could see the trail I did there. See like the green all the way back to where the civilization is?
Yeah, it looks almost like the top.
I started over there, and I ended up, and I was so tired at that point, I took that picture, John, and you don't realize that the wind is blowing like 50 miles an hour continuously, and I'm trying to get it so my hat's not like flying off my head. Yeah. So I don't look great in this picture, but it's the one where I can get it where my hat wasn't going crazy. And
is this the video of like...
Yeah, check this out.
Yeah.
All right, so here's Tom on the trail.
I recognize that cough.
Yeah. So like, there's not much going on here, but like on both sides is
the
like
trail's narrow, by the way.
It's a long fall down. So you just stay on the trail. In the wind, when you get up into the wind area, it's like 40 miles an hour continuously. It's pretty intense.
That's the fall if you go too far that way.
See, like it looks like it doesn't look
really see
intimidating,
that.
but on both sides of you is a sheer drop, and it's like covered by a bunch of bushes and trees and all that. So like if I wanted to kill myself, it would be hard. You have to jump, and then you'd get caught up in the trees and all that. But it's literally a steep fall. So like if those trees weren't there, you could jump off and like drop 1,000 feet.
It looked like the trail was real narrow too,
and muddy.
Yeah,
and
but
windy.
like it didn't look like something like passable by 2 people. Is that
no?
is that
Yeah, no. You would,
fair?
First off, you don't see people on these trails. Like I was by myself for a long time.
It just looks more
Which is
narrow
scary.
than a regular trail.
Listen, I don't get scared very often. On this hike, I was by myself, and I literally was like, "Holy shit!" Like this is. I took a break at one point, and I'm like, "Okay, it's 2.6 mile hike each way." I was at 2 miles, and it was really hard. And I sat down, and I was like, I had to catch my breath, and I was like, I'm by myself. I probably shouldn't do this. And there was something that couldn't let me stop. And I was like, listen, you're freaking in Hawaii once a year. If you're lucky, you got to finish this freaking hike, right? So I got up and I finished it. And it was probably the most exertion I've done since the triathlon.
How hard was the summit?
It was brutal. It was wet. They had like ropes that you had to grab.
That's steep.
So you have 1 foot in the ground, one hand on the rope, and you're pulling up on the rope, and then you like take another step, and then you pull up on the rope, and you take another step, and if you let go of the rope, you fall down. And it's not like you're climbing like in high school. You're pulling, so you're stepping.
Yep.
But you're stepping with the aid of the rope.
Very
and if that rope wasn't there, you would slip down.
And you couldn't do it without the rope.
No way.
Yeah.
Not with
too steep.
It was wet. It was too wet. Like
muddy.
on certain days, I'm sure you could do it without the rope, but on the day I was there, you could not.
Well, look at this photo.
Yeah, isn't that cool? That's my office. Yeah, there's like, because it's raining like every day you're there, and it's sunny every day you're there. So like you'll see like 20 rainbows while you're in Hawaii.
When you get back from a vacation like this and you land like in Chicago or like in like 5 a.m., you're just like, what in the...
Yeah, right?
What am I doing?
You know, I want to point out that Dad missed that crazy snowstorm that we had.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
It was crazy.
At the staff meeting, he said, I left when it was snow, or I left no snow, I came back no snow.
I know, it's nice that you guys get rid of it for me.
It's your anniversary dinner.
Our anniversary dinner.
How
we went
cute
to
is that?
Tommy Bahama.
Ooh, wow.
That restaurant is, if you have a chance to go to a Tommy Bahama restaurant, it is scrumptious.
Highly recommended by
couldn't
the locomotive.
believe it's honestly one of the best restaurants. We ate there twice.
That is a funny word to come out of Tom's mouth.
It was unbelievably
Scrumptious.
great. I'm telling you, every part of the meal knocks your socks off.
Great.
Like the appetizers are amazing, the desserts are amazing, the main courses are awesome. Like, so I never had been to a Tommy Bahama restaurant.
I have not either.
Yeah, that was our
I
anniversary.
I didn't either.
I didn't either, Linz. And guess what? You go downstairs before you get in there. You have to go upstairs to the restaurant. You walk right through a Tommy Bahama store.
Go figure.
I did not buy one of those shirts.
You didn't
either.
fall for that.
I have probably more Tommy Bahamas than Grateful Dead shirts. So that is my weakness. Tommy Bahama and Grateful Dead.
I think the one thing I noticed of that photo is that you guys look really relaxed.
Oh yeah,
Like you don't look stressed at all.
I wasn't
Totally
totally
relaxed.
Yeah,
And
That's
totally.
not a stress, Tom.
No,
Let's talk
that
about
was
it.
an important part
Oh
of
my
the trip.
God.
Are
The
you
toilet.
naked in this?
Probably.
Oh God, that's my
Do we
foot.
really need
That
to-
is my foot. No, I am not naked. It is my foot. I didn't realize I didn't edit my foot out.
Okay, what is going on
We don't
here?
show feet pics for free, Dad.
So this is a toilet that Marissa and I were raving about. Okay, this is like one of those special toilets with like a bidet built into it and like a heated seat.
Whoa.
Dude, it's got a heated seat. So you like go in and it anticipates you coming. So like it does, man. It's got like motion sensors on it. So like you walk into the room, it turns on a nightlight, and then it knows like if you lift up the lid, it gets warm like really quick. And then you sit on it, you're like, ah.
What if
And
it
then,
like
like,
messes up and then it burns the crap out of your butt?
That would suck.
Sunburn
Then you'd
on your butt.
Then you come to Smith Sursick or
They have a
My
product
taint.
liability
Sue that-
case.
but it's also
What
it's got a
happened?
little
I burned my
control.
ass.
It's got a little control module on the wall, and it has like all these little different functions to clean you up. It's very nice. I'm gonna get one for the house.
Oh my gosh.
Hell yeah, dude! You got to see this. You're gonna want to
Man,
come over.
You are spoiled.
You're gonna come
getting
over to my
very
house
spoiled.
just to go number 2.
You know what? Dad says that, but they've been having the same janky toilets in their house since I was.
We
a
do have
kid.
janky toilets, Lindsay. I appreciate you
So
pointing that out.
you're saying, Linz, this would be a welcomed upgrade.
It would be a very.
It's gonna be
welcome
upstairs, and you're gonna be in. Have to go in my bathroom.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm at your house when you guys aren't
Lindsay
there.
will
all
come
the
over
time.
to drop a deuce also.
Oh
so.
boy,
What?
Hey,
pregnant.
Just because she's pregnant, she doesn't.
Yeah.
I'm allowed to do whatever. I could kill a man
Agree.
and nobody.
I can kill him, man. You sound like Trump.
Hey, shout out to Forite. He's watching from Dusseldorf.
Wow.
Wow.
And he sent this picture. I'm going to
Dr.
just show
Mike
my
Forite.
phone here.
Show the phone. Look at him.
Looking good, Michael.
Dr. Mike.
Looking good, Michael. We
In
missed you.
Dusseldorf.
Yeah, man.
It's a live shot.
I mean, we know we've got viewers over there.
That's cool when we get
Just adding to that.
check-ins from around the world. But hey, do that. You see that picture of all the koi? This is trippy.
Yeah, what's this?
Check this
This
out.
video.
Fish.
Play the video.
This
Wait,
is
this
like
a video?
this is like
Yes.
20,000 koi fish in
I
one
don't
pond.
have a video. I'm sorry.
What? It's in
Yeah.
the notes.
Oh, man.
You know, I was having trouble accessing some of it because
John,
the
can you put my
cloud
can you put my
services are
camera
down
on?
right now?
Keep
John,
going,
can you
John.
put my
Keep going.
camera?
Keep going.
Keep going. Hold
keep
on.
going.
I'll find it here.
Oh, there it
That's
is.
This is it?
Yeah,
right
that's
here?
it. Yeah.
All right.
Jeez.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh, my gosh.
They thought I was going to
it
feed them.
shrimp.
They thought I was going to feed them, and they just all come to the top. There's like
I
freaking
did.
20,000 freaking koi in this pond, and they're all looking right at me, like hoping I would throw. Like,
That's spooky.
dude, it's trippy. That's why I kept it. I'm going to look at that one.
Dude, there's
when I go to
another
Grateful
video.
Dead show.
These were not loaded in from here.
Now check that
Let's
out.
play
That's
this
me, and
one.
that's some famous gong, some famous like temple bong.
Looks
But
like a Buddhist temple.
I'm not supposed to do that. I broke
Dad,
the law.
why did you do that?
Is that a Tommy Bahama
Yeah,
shirt?
that's a
yeah,
Tommy
I was
Bahama
gonna
shirt.
say you're vibing out. There. That's
I'm
good.
allowed to do
Oh,
that.
look
I
how
didn't.
cool that is.
I didn't go to the temple and gong the gong illegally. I want people to know that. It was encouraged for the tourists. You're
My-
supposed to gong it before you walk into that temple.
My law partner, Steve Sirsik, is going to love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a big Buddha in there. I didn't get a picture of it though. Marissa did.
Very cool.
That's a
Like when I
shame.
say a big Buddha, it was like 60 feet tall Buddha. You come in there and in the temple, pretty cool.
So looking at the
That
going
was
back and
Veterans
looking at
Day,
your
by the way.
trip.
I had my veterans hat on.
I see that.
Yeah.
Going back and looking at your trip overall,
It was amazing. It was like I didn't really.
like you going back.
Yeah, it's the time of year that I want to go to Hawaii, and I want to live in Hawaii when
I
I'm.
could see
when
you
I'm-
retiring.
Honestly, I want to live there.
It seems like it has a Tom vibe.
It does,
Yeah.
and like I'm gonna miss the mainland, but I'm moving to Hawaii when I'm done. I am definitely, and Marissa and I talk all the time about where would you want to live, and we could never seem to totally agree on a place that we'd want to live. And
Dusseldorf.
not Dusseldorf, yeah. But I think honestly, I think that's the one we agree on.
John,
That's
we
it.
got some places to visit now.
Yeah,
You go
we
visit
do.
Tom, Marissa in Hawaii.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
I looked at a janky little house when I was there
I
just to
can't
get an
imagine
idea.
it's that cheap there.
Million.
Oh,
It was
boy.
like the house in Hammond that would go for like 75 grand.
Oh,
There's
wow.
$1 million in Hawaii, and it was like so like I got some
Wow.
work to
Well,
do.
yeah, the people who live there, like the natives of Hawaii, can't even afford to live
I
there
know.
because
Yeah,
it's
I'm
so
sure.
expensive.
Wow.
Dude, it is so expensive. Like every drink you get is $20. It's just like everything is just expensive. But if you can get over the expensive part, it's a great place to visit. And if and like. Yeah, it was a nice trip, man. I'm really
That's
happy.
great. Glad
Yeah.
you guys had a good time. Marissa had a good birthday.
But
You
like
guys had a
coming
good
back is a
anniversary.
bitch, dude. So like,
It's a trip.
yeah, I mean, and everything's going.
Some
wrong.
people say they get, I forget what they call it, not like cabin fever, but some kind of fever, like where maybe it's called island fever or something, where you just freak out because you're just on an island and then like
Mm-mm.
you miss you want to be on the mainland.
No, I
No.
didn't get that. Like, yeah.
Couldn't be me.
Yeah, that was. I was
You'd
pretty
be
happy.
fine there a year
Huh?
if you were there like 6 months.
I could live there.
Yeah,
I could totally live
that's
there.
crazy.
Like Kevin, today in Waikiki, you wake up at 6 a.m. It's dark out, and then you see the sun starting to come up a little. First off, it's 73 degrees out on my patio, right? And you hear the waves crashing, and then you look and you're like, "Holy shit! There's surfers out there." It's freaking dark out, and there's like 100 surfers waiting for the waves to start up. It's like, and then as soon as the sun comes up, there's people surfing, there's people walking along the beach. It's like, and it's 75. That's the
Beautiful.
dead of winter.
Yeah,
It's 75. It's like, come on, man. The ocean's 83 degrees. It's like,
it's hard to beat. We were in a snowstorm while you were
yeah,
gone.
you guys were in a snowstorm, and we were just like,
We
that's-
had 6 to 8 inches that were dumped on us. Schools
Yeah,
canceled.
I know. I sort of,
Snow day.
I kept up. I was making sure
Crazy.
Felix was doing his job.
Felix
in
did a
public
great
works.
job.
Yeah, I was.
by the way.
He was covering my butt.
Griffith dropped the ball for sure.
Really?
I heard
Yeah.
that. I heard Highland and Griffith were
Really?
not
Griffith
happy.
didn't have anybody out until
How?
literally 10 a.m. the next day.
Really?
How? It's
Yeah.
all that was
I
talked
don't know.
about for
Seriously,
like a week.
we were prepared for it. I went grocery shopping. I don't understand how we could be prepared and the government can't.
That's crazy. I didn't realize that.
Brian had to go to work and they had not plowed our street, and I was so freaking nervous about him leaving because
Really?
even the main thoroughfares were just a nightmare.
Really?
Yeah.
Got to have your shit
So I'm
together.
complaining. This is me, a
That's it.
Griffith resident.
Tell Rick. Tell
You
Rick what's
notice
up.
how
Rick
Lindsay-
Rifa.
Rick
Lindsay's
Rifa.
complaining. Lindsay's
Yeah.
complaining. That's one of your bosses.
I've noticed you've changed a little bit, Lindsay. You're getting that like mama bear vibe. Like I was so worried about my husband.
Yep, no, I mean, nice. I don't have the energy to go out, so really my whole social life right now is Brian. Yeah. And I was like kind of hoping that Brian would not have to go to work, and I was like, please just hang out with me. And he's like, I got to go to work. And I'm like, but the roads
You're like, you should have said, but your boss is in Hawaii.
I know. I was like, she wouldn't even know.
She wouldn't have known. Like
the courts were open that day.
I know, but
they were.
There was some. I was down there, and there were some people that were like, I can't believe we're open today.
Really? For the record, the circuit court judge passed off the responsibility for that because she was in Hawaii.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
She passed off the responsibility.
She's usually the one who makes that decision, but because
smart move to pass it off.
Else.
Yeah, she passed it off to Judge Cantrell. No, Judge Cantrell and Mike Ripe, the commissioner. Gotcha. The two together made.
Well, I was kind of upset about it.
I got to tell you, by midday it was fine. Like I was actually kind of surprised that some of the schools closed because I know one of the schools that closes all the time was closed, and I was like, really? They're closing? It's sunny out. It was fine. By midday, it was fine.
The snow kicked back in at midday.
But then it was warm enough to melt. I mean, it melted.
I know, man. That always bugs me when we shut things down. Honestly, for me, if I shut down City Hall, it's like Armageddon.
Agreed.
Because like we're adults. This ain't freaking third grade, right? Like, get your ass to work. That's my approach. So, like, Judge Cantrell and Commissioner Ripe, I totally support keeping the government center open that day. It's like, if you shut down government, it's got to be a big deal to me. Like, I think we've gotten used to oh my God, it's going to snow. Are you shutting down City Hall? It's like, no, I'm not fucking shutting down City Hall. Like, that's City Hall. Yep. That's what the freaking heartbeat of our city. I'm not shutting City Hall down. Like, that should be like extreme cases. It's become more routine now. It's like,
I agree with you.
There's 3 snowflakes on the ground. He's shutting down City Hall. It's like,
no, I'm not. It wasn't 3 snowflakes. It was 6 to 8 inches.
Okay,
and it was heavy.
But like,
wet.
we live in Chicago. 6 to 8 inches is part of the deal of living in Chicago. You know what I'm saying?
If they're going to do anything, you could say like, oh, we have a delayed open 9 a.m. or something, or 10 a.m. or
I think that's a failure.
If it's real bad.
That's in my brain. That's a failure. You're admitting defeat. Like, and I don't admit defeat.
And a lot of times, like, it gets better during the day. It warmed up. I mean,
you know that about me, Kev.
Oh, I know. You don't shut down City Hall.
Like, people, when I first became mayor, people would come up to me like, "Hey, mayor, it's supposed to snow tomorrow. You canceling, the work day?" I'm like, "What are we in 2nd grade?"
Right.
Like, no, we have to show up to work. That's what we get paid for.
And you've said specifically, people expect government to be open.
Yes.
Like, it's
like
one
if
thing
there's any day you should be open, that's the day. Everybody's home. Everybody's wondering what's
problems.
going on.
Hey, I'm stuck. I'm this. I need help.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The only thing I would say is, I know you're off in Hawaii, Tom, but this was this. No,
Thank you, John. I know you're off in Hawaii while we're
easy to say from Waikiki Beach.
No.
It was fine where I was.
Yeah, Tom called in. You guys better be open.
This was. I'm just saying.
It's like 4 a.m. for me. You fuckers open, right? Okay, I'm going back to bed.
All right, I'm going to walk.
I'm on a surfboard in the water.
Yeah, I got a big day today. I just want to make sure you fuckers are working.
No, this was like Widowmaker snow. So I don't think things should have been closed, but definitely get up early and take your time.
It was wet. It was heavy.
Yeah,
that's the snow that people have heart attacks in.
No,
well, maybe shoveling, but it wasn't like impossible to
No.
traverse.
It's just you got to get up a little early.
All right, let's do some ads.
I like to let people know where my brain is during this time of year. My brain is we're keeping City Hall open. That's where I'm starting from. I'm not starting from we're shutting down City Hall.
It's the opposite.
Yeah.
All right, listen, let's do some ads. Welcome back, Tom.
Thank you.
That was a really good review of your trip. I'm glad you guys had a great time. Congrats to Marissa and happy birthday, Marissa. Let's do some ads. Come back. We're going to do some follow-up on Donald Trump, including his total abandonment of Marjorie Taylor Greene and her response.
Out?
I think he is totally
crashing
crashing
out.
It does feel like
it feels like he's crashing out.
Yeah,
I agree.
I saw a clip of somebody listening to Phantom of the Opera extra loud in the White House the other day.
Yeah, I saw that too.
And I was like, this man is sobbing somewhere.
Something's going on.
He's just like sobbing to Phantom of the Opera.
It is very sad.
We're going to come back, do that, and then stay tuned for our third segment because we are lucky to have Abdul-Hakim Shabazz on from Indianapolis, who's a total stud down there, and media personality, lawyer. We're going to have Abdul on. We've had him on before, and we're going to talk all about what's going on in Indianapolis with the redistricting.
Hosts
stuff.
it's a really popular top show in Indianapolis, Abdul at Large on 93.1. So
stay tuned. Come back.
He's been on our show a few times also.
I think it's 3rd or 4th time. So.
Yeah, so it's great to have Abdul. So we have a good show. Stick
tuned.
around. Let's go ahead and start with some ads. Powering Indiana Lake County, our studio sponsor. Powering Indiana Lake County is your source for the region's most trusted electricians. At Powering Indiana Lake County, we set the standard for excellence in electrical work. As IBEW Local 697 electrical contractors, we ensure safety, reliability, and quality for Northwest Indiana corporations, businesses, and homes. But their mission goes beyond the job site. They're creating a brighter future for the region they proudly serve. Powering Indiana Lake County, bringing excellence to the job, creating a brighter future for our community. Find the right electrical contractor at poweringindiana.org.
Misprint Printing. Elevate your brand with Misprint, the premier printing and sign solution in Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. With a 30-year legacy of excellence, their experienced team, led by Rick Baltonsberger, combines innovation and technology to deliver top-quality signs and printing, always on time and within budget. Conveniently located in Munster and Hammond, Misprint is your partner for creating impactful visual solutions that leave a lasting impression. Visit them at misprintusa.com to bring your vision to life today. I've got some stickers to pick up today.
Nice.
MCR Partners is your one-stop destination for top-notch expertise in economic development, finance, and planning. With a dedicated team geared up to tackle your projects head-on, they're your go-to comprehensive solution providers. Dive into the world of economic development with MCR Partners and let them guide you through a maze of opportunities. Stay in the loop and connected by hitting up their website at mcrpartnersllc.com. And for tailored assistance, don't hesitate to reach out to Matt Reardon at 219-741-9511.
Byway Brewing is a family-friendly microbrewery with a spacious taproom and an outdoor patio, serving its award-winning craft beer, a chef-driven food menu, and craft cocktails on draft. Their brewing equipment and production facility offers a unique backdrop for events like bridal showers, reunions, or corporate parties. With their new food truck, they can cater to your corporate and private events off-site. Just off of 8094 at the Kennedy Avenue South exit. Discover more at bywaybrewing.beer.
You know who else is on?
Ku Klux Law.
Oh,
Yes.
You're reading another one.
I am.
You got one
Sorry.
more.
Are you facing legal challenges and don't know where to turn? Look no further than Ku Klux Law, your trusted source for legal advice in Indiana and Illinois. Do you need representation buying or selling real estate? Call Ku Klux Law. Do you need help forming your business? Call Ku Klux Law. Did you get injured in a car crash or at your job? Call Ku Klux Law. No matter what your legal issue, call 219-671-6347 for a free consultation. Who are you going to call? Ku Klux Hablamos Espanol. Thanks to our sponsors, including our studio sponsor, Power in Indiana, Lake County.
What were you going to say, John?
I was going to say, you know who else is on? Remember the gentleman who's a veteran? He started Cranbox Politics.
Yeah.
He's watching.
Nice.
And he asked, are you guys looking forward to the Epstein files vote in the House today?
Hell yeah.
Can't wait.
So,
Oh, my God.
It's going to be overwhelmingly positive. That's a funny thing.
Yeah.
It's going to be like
Because
hardly
now they're
anybody-
like, they've been released
They
to
know.
do their vote, right?
Not just that, they all know that they got the votes now.
Yeah.
To release it. So
So
now
there's
everybody
no-
wants to. It's like the president suddenly wants it to really
Exactly. I think that's hilarious. And speaking of somebody who really, and we've criticized a lot on LockPod, but who has been a champion of trying to get these files released is Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yeah.
And Marjorie Taylor Greene has been critical of the president on the Epstein files, critical of the president for having the Syrian president at the White House on Veterans Day, critical of the
I
president
was listening
for
to your
the
guys'
shutdown.
last show when you were talking about that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
See, I listened to
I don't know, I
LockPod.
still
Thank
hate
you.
her.
And yeah, I'm
Yeah,
just saying
it's hard to love her.
She's done a lot of crappy things. She just decides to switch up once. I'm
Of
not gonna
course.
give
Well,
her
and there's all
flowers.
convenient, right?
And there's a lot of background that she allegedly has turned on the president because he sent her a poll that said she was down in the polls and she shouldn't run for Senate.
Yeah.
And that pissed her off. So she's turned on him a little bit.
Because you know what? If you were her, you're like, why don't you just strongly endorse me and it'll change everything, right?
Sure, if you believe what the president says, which I can get anyone
Right.
elected.
It's like, then come campaign for me, Mr. President. I've been one of your biggest supporters the whole time, right? Marjorie Taylor Greene has been one of Donald Trump's biggest supporters. I mean, whether you
Without a
like her or
doubt.
not, she was a diehard for him.
dude.
So she's running for U.S. Senate. She's like,
like
yeah,
OG.
I'm down a couple points. So come on in, Mr. President, and do for me what I did for you, right?
And
That's how it's supposed to work.
And instead he says no. You
It
need to
doesn't
get
work
out.
that way in politics.
Not with,
That's a-
especially not with him.
Honestly, politics sucks because, like, you know, when I was in the Navy, it was all about loyalty, and like we would go out as a group. I would go out with my fellow submariners, and we'd go to a place like in Fort Lauderdale, and when we'd hit the club, I was untouchable, dude. Like I could act like an asshole, and nobody could touch me because I had 15 dudes in there that would die for me. And so, like, you get this loyalty to each other, and it's a brotherhood, man, right? So then I come into politics, and I have like that kind of same. That's my upbringing.
Mentality, and
so
that's
I
your-
get in
yeah.
and I start supporting people, and you expect loyalty back. Shit. Wrong
Politics
line of work.
is short. So MTG basically had been criticizing the president, and it didn't take long for the president to go right after her. In fact, saying, I'm withdrawing my support and endorsement of Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene of the great states of Georgia.
Look at this.
And he goes on and on with all this stuff, everything he's done, and then he says, when I sent her a poll stating that she should not run for senator or governor, she was at 12% and didn't have a chance unless, of course, she had my endorsement, which she wasn't about to get. She's told many people that she is upset I don't return her phone calls anymore. But with 219 congressmen, 53 U.S. senators, 24 cabinet members, almost 200 countries, and an otherwise normal life to lead, I can't take a ranting lunatic's call every day.
Wow.
I understand that wonderful conservative people are thinking about primarying Marjorie in her district.
There
That
we
they
go.
too are fed up with her and her antics. And if the right person runs, they will have my complete and unyielding support. She has gone far left, even doing The View with their low IQ Republican hating anchors.
Oh, so this isn't even about Epstein files, or this isn't even about she's just mad because he's not supporting her anymore.
No,
Oh, yeah.
he's mad that she's criticizing him.
Yeah.
And then he says this, lightweight Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Brown, green grass turns brown when it begins to rot, betrayed the entire Republican Party when she turned left, performed poorly on The Pathetic View, and became the rhino that we all know she really was. Just another fake politician, no different than Rand Paul Jr., Thomas Massey, who got caught being a full-fledged Republican in name only.
Wow.
Look at these long. I mean, man, I miss his short tweets, man.
It's insane.
I'm not a part of what's that network called?
Truth
Yeah, the
Social?
Truth.
So, no, me neither.
Yeah, so I don't get any of this stuff. I miss all this, which my life is just fine without it, I'll be honest with you. But I'm glad you guys pull it up, though.
Yeah, I mean, MTG then responded and said this. She said, I never thought that fighting to release the Epstein files, defending women who were victims of rape, and fighting to expose the web of rich, powerful elites would have caused this, but here we are. And it truly speaks for itself. The toxic political industrial complex that thrives on ripping all of us apart but never delivers anything good for the American people whom I love. The person in charge tells us to hate each other, fundraises off of why we have to hate each other, and pits Americans against each other to the point of violence and nearing civil war. And then she says it has to end. My way forward is America first, America only, and that may be the most dangerous pursuit of all. Marjorie
Wow.
Taylor Greene.
That's
She's
crazy.
just doing this so she can get points and polls. I don't
She's
really
running.
care.
She's
running for something.
This
She's
is
running
all
for
This
president.
is all political gain. This isn't even about defending victims of predators and monsters. I'm not going to give her any
MTG.
kind
I think
of
it
kudos.
is.
No.
I think there's some sincerity there.
No, I think she's always been on that.
Yeah, she has.
She's
That's
always been on
one
that
of her
issue.
things.
That's been consistent. I don't disagree, Lynn, that she's running for something, but I think she's always been consistent on that issue. And I've been a huge critic of hers, too. But this was interesting. And it's just interesting, by the way, to see how quick the president turns on people. I mean, I brought this up, I think, on last pod. We're all his friends from high school or his childhood friends.
That's interesting.
Doesn't talk about his siblings, his parents.
That's a really interesting point you bring
right.
up.
And then here you go, because this is what happens.
Right.
You do one thing that pisses him off, and he's like, "F
done.
you forever."
Because I'm a billionaire. I don't need.
I don't need you. I don't
need.
need to be you. I
Right.
don't need to be with you.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm looking and I see that Abdul's already in the waiting room.
Yeah, let's do ads and come back.
Yeah,
and,
let's do ads
get
and come back.
Abdul on
We
because
have-
we've got to talk to our friend.
He's
Yeah,
got
we
a
got-
lot to talk about.
When
We
he's
got-
laughing before he even comes on, you know there's some shit going down in Indy. So.
Indy's craziness. I think we're really lucky to get Abdul right now because our capital
Our
city.
capital is imploding.
It is literally imploding.
It's so
There's-
exciting when Indy is crazier than Lake County.
It's been that way for a long time. So
it's awesome.
Yeah. So let's we'll cover these ads and then we're going to bring up Abdul Shabazz of Abdul at Large 93.1 FM in Indianapolis. So let's start off talking about the branding room floor. Don't let your business get lost in the shuffle of generic branding and aimless marketing. Trust Northwest Indiana's award-winning full-service marketing agency, the Branding Room Floor. Providing data-driven results to help your business grow in a crowded market is their specialty. From website development and digital advertising to graphic design and branding, the Branding Room Floor will set your business or organization on a clear path to strategic success. Don't wait another day to get started. Visit thebrandingroomfloor.com today.
Cantrell and Cantrell, attorneys at law. Are you injured or in trouble with the law? Oh boy, that's twice. Give
fun?
Cantrell and Cantrell a call and schedule your consultation with someone who's in court and at the jail every day. Call John Cantrell at 219-5544-LAW or visit their website at bettercallcantrell.com. John and his wife, Kristen, make a great team and are waiting to hear from you.
For decades, the Ron J. Prestomer Insurance Agency has been located right on Indianapolis Boulevard, serving all your insurance needs. The Prestomer Agency specializes in a wide range of insurance products and services, including auto, home, business, life, and much more. The Prestmer Agency serves thousands of people and businesses throughout Chicagoland and the Midwest. So call Ron or Ronnie today at 219-844-0103. They're here to protect what matters most to you.
Calumet Brewing. It's not about the miles you ran, the perfect score, or even the final victory. It's about the joy in the journey, the high fives after a friendly game, the feeling of accomplishment, the shared laughter. That's the moment worth toasting. With only 95 calories and 2.6 carbs, Michelob Ultra is the refreshing, crisp reward that makes the moment better. Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Head over to the Cal Brew or the Michelob Ultra websites and social media pages for more info on this great family of beers. Enjoy the Michelob Ultra lifestyle with beers, and cheers responsibly.
Tortillas Nuevo Leon. Tortillas Nuevo Leon is the gold standard in Mexican cuisine across the Midwest. Look for Tortillas Nuevo Leon's popular red and white label at your local grocery store and enjoy quality Mexican products made with local expertise.
Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón. Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia, de todo corazón.
Thank you to our sponsors, without whom we could not be on the air, so we appreciate them very much.
Including our studio sponsor, Power in Indiana, Lake County.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us on the show today is Abdul-Hakim Shabazz, attorney, a radio talk show host, and one of the most recognizable political commentators in Indiana. Abdul's been covering and writing about state and local government here in Indiana since 2004, after earlier work in Illinois, giving him over 2 decades of experience in explaining how politics really works in the Midwest. He hosts the talk show Abdul at Large, and he's the editor and publisher of IndyPolitics.org, a site that the Washington Post has recognized multiple times as one of the best political blogs in the country. We wrote this, Abdul, so I got to do the whole thing. He's also a practicing attorney, a college instructor, and he writes opinion columns for outlets like the Indianapolis Business Journal and other Indiana publications. You've probably seen him on TV as a frequent guest on Fox 59's In Focus and Inside Indiana Business, weighing in on everything from state house drama to local elections. In 2023, he even jumped directly into the arena himself, running in the Republican primary for mayor of Indianapolis. He also hosts the Indy Politics podcast, where he interviews newsmakers and policy wonks from across the state. Abdul Shabazz, thanks for joining us on LockPod.
Welcome back, Abdul.
My friend, my pleasure. How's life up in Northwest Indiana? Any new maps lately?
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about, man. And first off, I want to make sure I brought in Ed Delaney and I did an intro for him, and we realized that ChatGPT screwed us. So everything I said was correct, right, Abdul?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
pretty much.
Actually, I've been covering politics for more than 30 years now. Actually, this year marks my 30th year.
Wow.
Of covering politics. I was like, wow, I'm getting old. Luckily, I'm getting better looking, getting richer. So thank God for that. So
you're looking good, man. You don't look like you've been doing it 30 years. That's for sure.
No cigar this morning, though, yet.
Hey, you can't tell age on black people, so that's the way to go. Black don't crack.
So what do we start with, man? There's so much we could talk about. Obviously, redistricting is the big story across the state right now, and this has been an up and down event. And it appears as of last week that the Republicans don't have the votes, and they were going to retire quietly, and they're not going to convene the special session. Last I checked in.
You are correct, and the votes were never there to begin with. When all this conversation started a couple months ago, I found out, and I'm breaking this on Left Center podcast, that there were multiple sources have confirmed me there were several caucus votes taken over time, and each time this failed, like bigly.
Wow. Really?
So,
because they only needed 26.
Yeah, by double digits, and this is just a Republican caucus alone. And so you do the math here. The math just doesn't add up because, for example, you got 10 Democrats in the Senate who won't vote for redistricting. Then you got another 7 or so Republicans who went on the record said they wouldn't vote for it. And so that means you only need 26 votes to win. So that means they only had 9 votes to get. Out of the Republicans said they would vote yes, only like 5 or 7 said they had to get 90% of all the undecided votes. And here's my thing: if you're going to do it, you said you'd have done it by now.
Right. Mm-hmm. That's what Congressman Mervan's chief of staff said.
Yep.
He's like, hey, if they had it, they would have done it already. And it turned out to be true because I was skeptical when he told me that. I was like, really? Because I don't trust the supermajority. It seems like they always do the worst thing, in my opinion. And
Yeah. So Abdul, I wanted to ask you. So since that came out, or first of all, I guess a couple questions. One, do you believe Senator Bray is steadfast in his decision not to call them back December 1?
I have seen no evidence whatsoever that Rod Bray, who I've known for years, is going to change his mind. Now they can try to put as much pressure as they want, but the thing is, you guys Hoosiers are kind of stubborn, stubborn. You start telling them what to do, they start pushing
digging
back.
their heels in.
I was thinking the same thing when I saw this pressure campaign. I'm like, this is not going to go well. This is not going to go well within the folks that are getting pressured. I mean, you saw some really scary stuff, even like over the weekend. Senator Good that we reported on had that town hall was swatted. Somebody called in a domestic violence episode to his house.
Yeah, so
and
like
police
he's
showed
sitting there
up.
sleeping with his family, and all the cops show up in the middle of the night.
They were downstairs in the basement, getting ready to bring up their Christmas presents.
Oh my goodness!
When the cops showed up at the door, and they're like, "What the heck is going on here?" That's how it all kind of broke down. And see, here's the thing about the swatting deal. We can talk about this a little bit later on in the program. Is the way the police found out? The way the police got the call, it was an email to the police department.
Nice.
Whoa.
Yeah, like
we got to know who that is then.
A lot of emergencies come in by email, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, and here's the other thing. Like this guy just leaves like digital breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
Because they're going to find out who it was.
Yeah. And it's a felony now as of last year.
Oh,
and if it's across state lines, it's going to make it even worse.
Good call.
No kidding.
Good point.
Hey, I was thinking about something the other day, guys. Frank Mervan, Congressman Mervan's father, Senator Frank Mervan, served in the Indiana Senate for 2 or 3 decades.
Sure.
I'm wondering if that, because I mean, obviously these senators know who Frank Mervan, the Senator Frank Mervan is. I wonder how much that played into this whole, if it played in at all. Do you think it played in at all, Abdul?
I think, and my friend, in the odd world we live in today, everything's in play.
Mm-hmm.
From the most insignificant little small thing you think doesn't matter to the big thing on the whole redistricting. I think everything is in play, and the fact that Republicans actually seriously thought about drawing the lines to get rid of Frank Mervan. I was like, first of all, from my understanding, Frank takes care of his constituents. He's there, he listens, holds town halls. He's what a congressman should be doing. And to block him out so Jennifer Ruth Green, or whatever her backcrap crazy name is these days, can run against him is ridiculous.
I'll be honest, though. I think Jennifer, first off, I thought that Niemeyer, I thought he's the weak candidate in that race, in my opinion. I think Jennifer's still going to run, personally.
She might. Well, she ran this district before, right, and lost like 50.
Right.
53,
it was a close
48
race.
or something
I don't
like
think
that,
she's.
53,
I don't
46.
think. I think actually,
With a lot of
it's
money
in a
in it.
weird way. Jennifer Ruth Green might be better off with
In
the
the current
map.
district. I agree with you.
Yeah, I think she's stronger in the current maps, and if you stretch her out into
Gets
central
more
Indiana,
rural and stuff.
I don't think she backs off. I think Randy Niemeyer probably backs off, though.
So, Abdul, let me ask you this. So, going back to this pressure campaign, like there's even like this wanted poster that they're posting up around the internet. Have you heard anything from Republicans like this pressure campaign is working, or it sucks, or it's this, or it's that?
I was across the street over at Panera Bread getting some coffee to do the interview, and I ran to a state lawmaker, and we were just kind of joking, like, Abdul, if they want to run a redistricting, bring it on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree, because the popular vote supports what they're doing currently, which is
that's what I agree with you, Mayor. That they're saying
in a world where eggs are like $12 an egg,
right,
or through the roof. You got inflation, energy prices, you got healthcare costs rising, and you want to talk to me about a map, an imaginary line on a map?
Yeah,
really?
Well, that's what I'm wondering about, John. Can you throw that photo up of this thing that's happening today? I saw this going around the internet. Have you seen this, Abdul? Let's get this done. 9/0, November 18th, which is today, 11 a.m. Rally at the State House Rotunda. Wear red.
Are you going to that?
I'll be there.
Nice.
Can you send the mayor some pictures?
Yeah, you're not wearing red. I noticed. Yeah.
Yeah, because my thing is these people don't understand how this process works. First of all, no one has seen a map anywhere.
Agree.
And I told my Republican friends, like, you really want to pull a Nancy Pelosi? We got to vote for the bill so we can see what's in it. You do that, then they all start kind of freaking out, like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm on the same agreement as Nancy Pelosi. They all start freaking out. And number two, let's say they decide to redistrict and draw the lines. It's not just drawing a line on a map. You got precincts that have to change. You got convention delegates that have to change. You got it's more than just drawing a line on a map. And also there are state deadlines that have to be met.
Yep.
by law. And December 11th, I want to say December 11th is like one of those big deadlines that has been meant for like to prep for filing. So it's not just drawing an imaginary line on a map. It's a lot more detailed than that. But that requires three-dimensional thinking, which does not happen with these people. You see, people like us, we play three-dimensional chess. They're playing Connect Four.
Yeah,
They
that's
don't have all the
crazy.
checkers.
Abdul, let me ask you this. This is another thing that I think you might have an insight on. Does this indicate any like fissure between the Senate Republicans, especially Senator Bayh and Governor Braun? Like, what does this say about Governor Braun?
Okay, I'm going to preface this with this, Your Honor. The people submit that the witness is a fine citizen. The witness is a good man. He's a good family man. He really cares about his community. But when it comes to political acumen, the witness is an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Plain and simple. I like Mike personally. Mike's a sharp businessman, but I've never seen this much misfiring in so long.
I agree with you.
And even Mitch Daniels, when Mitch Daniels couldn't get what he wanted, Mitch would pivot like, "Hey, I can't get this, so we'll see what we can get. Then we'll come back and fight another day." I don't know who Mike is listening to, or if listening to anybody at all. But this was a bad idea to begin with. It's not going to end well. And today being Organization Day is going to be kind of the icing on the cake. I mean, look at the whole property tax situation. Yeah. People are already mad about the property taxes. They're mad about health care. I mean, I'll say Micah Beckwith's approval rate is like 9%. And those are the people Diego Morales' approval rate is 9%. Those are the 9 people who work for him as family members who work for him in his office.
Hey, what's the buzz you're hearing about Bayh going around Indianapolis right now? I know there's a big push right now for Bayh, who's going to be challenging Diego for Indiana Secretary of State. What's the buzz you're hearing? Because, I mean, I see him everywhere. I don't really see him personally. I see his
social media.
His social media is very active. Yeah. It's run by, you could tell it's run by professionals.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what you're hearing about that, Abdul.
I do know that it's a classic progressive versus more of the establishment, moderate Democrats. The progressives don't like him, can't stand him, but the progressives may not have a choice. And I was arguing with a progressive friend of mine. I was like, "Hey, look like this. Which do you hate more, Bayh being Secretary of State or Diego Morales?"
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's really what it's boiling down to. And, Blythe Potter, it's a great young lady. She's one of the progressives running for Indiana Secretary of State. I know that she's got a big following, going back to what Abdul just said. It's interesting to see what's developing in that race, because you got, Beau out there with millions of dollars behind him,
and a name
and a legacy.
Yeah.
And then you got Blythe out there, who's been running months before Beau even stepped onto the scene, and she's got a big loyalty of progressive voters.
Yeah,
and it's just interesting developments right now.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. And what about Diego? Go ahead, Abdul. I'm sorry.
One thing I don't think people understand is we don't pick Secretary of State during a primary. We pick Secretary of State for the convention.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it's all going to be a party vote. Yeah, which we talked
which
about
is
before.
Which is how we ended up with our lieutenant
Diego
governor.
and Diego. Yeah, and Diego, right? He won at the convention,
right?
And lieutenant governor. You're right. Yeah. Right. Are you hearing anything, Abdul, about Diego? Has anybody got a convention him at the Republican convention?
Well, I don't know if there'll be a convention in the jail. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Wow. You think it's that bad, huh?
We can say that about elected officials.
Primary challenger, a gentleman by the name of Dave Shelton. Dave is a Knox County clerk down in southern Indiana. From my sources tell me, David's picking up a lot of private support, because obviously people don't necessarily come out publicly against the sitting incumbent. But I would not be surprised if at that convention, at the Republican convention, that Republicans have just had enough of Diego Morales.
Abdul, it's interesting.
The other thing to keep in mind is in 26 is kind of like 2006. There's no presidential race. Mm-hmm. There's no U.S. Senate race. And there's no gubernatorial race. Mm-hmm. So who's going to be at the top of the ticket?
Yeah.
Diego Morales and Beau.
Wow, I didn't think about that.
That's a good point. I didn't think about. What's interesting?
Beau, who is central casting. I'm gonna use a really bad cabaret reference. Tomorrow Belongs to Me kind of looking guy. If you guys have ever seen that cabaret, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
And then you got Diego Morales, who has to stand on tiptoe in a box to see over the podium.
It's I have to say, though, one thing about Diego that impresses me as the mayor of Hammond, the guy's been in my city quite a few times. He hits the road a lot as Secretary of State, and I've never really seen that from a Secretary of State in Indiana. As the guy coming to Hammond, he showed up at our Veterans Day event. He showed up at our 4th of July event. It's pretty interesting to me because, in my opinion, he's just straight campaigning, and he's getting ready for the next race, every single day.
Well, if I drove around in a big luxury vehicle, I'd drive around across Indiana too. So
Yeah, right. That's
The
true.
one that he bought from his, or
Yeah.
maybe either his Secretary of State budget or his campaign budget. I can't remember, but
exactly.
Hey, one of the guys I remember when I was campaigning statewide was Rob Kendall. He was tough on me when I was running against Todd Young. I think him and Todd Young are pretty close, but I noticed that Rob Kendall has taken recently with he's really going off on
Micah Beckwith
Yeah.
and redistricting, and
Yeah.
and you were on his show I think last week, Abdul.
Well, as I told Rob, I love Rob like my little brother.
Mm-hmm.
I told you so.
Yeah,
That's
because
what
he was true blue, right? He's a believer, and he's seeing them turn on him, right?
Rob was a true believer, diehard to the cause, and woke up one morning and the emperor not only had no clothes on, but the emperor and all the munchkins were all butt naked, and it wasn't pretty.
And he's got a big following down there. I know, as do you. I know he's got a big following down there. So I imagine there's some people that are listening to him.
Oh yeah, it's been interesting watching this this really bad breakup. And go back to the guy and the girl who in high school were always together. They had the really bad breakup, and then they just watch it till like graduation, and graduation is still fighting each other, even though like at the high school reunion.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this has been like to watch.
Really,
Abdul, I know one of the topics that you've been talking about lately, and I appreciate everything you put out because we just eat it up here, is our Lieutenant Governor, Micah Beckwith, and kind of the investigations into him and what's going on. I think you brought up the fact recently that if it comes out that he messed with a witness or something to do with a grand jury, that could be trouble for him. Could you get into that a little bit?
I do know a grand jury is investigating the Lieutenant Governor's office for allegations of ghost employment and some of the AI porn video that was running around on the camera of Craig Haggard's wife and on all that. And I also have on a very good authority that Lieutenant Governor has told his staff, reportedly told his staff, to not cooperate with the grand jury. And like when you start doing that, you start getting into some really weird, situations going on here, because that could be considered witness tampering, which is a Class 6 felony, which starts a whole nother ball of wax. So I'm not saying the Lieutenant Governor has done this. I'm saying this is what I'm hearing. This is what I've reported. Now, if none of this is true, the Lieutenant Governor can gladly say, I haven't told my staff, blah, blah, blah. My staff hasn't been talking to, I haven't told my staff. First of all, he said there was no grand jury investigation, period. That was his first, I won't say lie, but I say he made a statement that was inconsistent with the facts.
Is it a federal grand jury or a state grand jury we're talking
State.
about? State? Okay.
Yeah, Prosecutor Mears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which he has, and by the way, he has jurisdiction over
Right.
the state house as well as the county, Marion
Yep.
County.
Isn't the Marion County prosecutor also able to indict statewide? I always thought, Marion County prosecutor is like a super
I didn't
prosecutor.
know that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because back home in Springfield and Sangamon County, the Sangamon County State's Attorney was the center of state government, because that's where state government is. In any Capitol building, any county prosecutor has jurisdiction over the Capitol building. That's just a straight fact. Now, I know they're talking about removing Ryan's jurisdiction and blah 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 because they didn't like him with the crime stuff. Like, guys, this is ridiculous. You have to cut this crap out, and it doesn't make you look good. And you don't like Ryan Mears, then run a candidate and beat him. Period.
Yeah, because you would have to change the Constitution for that to be changed, right? It's not like you can just pass a bill.
That's right. Prosecutors are covered. Right. Question: we haven't talked about the Indy mayor's race in a long time. I know Mayor Joe hasn't been on Lockpod for a couple, and we
miss Mayor Joe.
I do miss Mayor Joe. I was wondering if is that quieted down with all the craziness going on with redistricting and all that? It seems like a lot of the ire that was pointed at Mayor Joe has sort of gone away. Thankfully, in our in my opinion,
it's still there, kind of underneath. Like I said, most of it depends on the day of the week. Which side of the street which side of Market Street is the action on? Is it the State House or is it the city county bill? So, and me being at MS Communications, we're sort of right in the middle of everything, which is kind of fitting if you think about it. No, Joe's been doing fine. I ran into him a couple weeks ago. Hey, Mr. Mayor, how's it going? Like, no, we just they just passed the budget, so they're getting that all through. There's some talk that Joe may try to run for a fourth term. I don't know about all that.
I think he is.
He'll be in his 70s.
Yeah.
But do not be surprised if Bob Oasley runs for mayor.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, I think Vop's definitely running for mayor. But I'll be honest with you. I think there's a lot of people in Indianapolis that assume that Joe's just going to quietly go off into the sunset. I'm not one of those people. I mean, what I know about Mayor Joe, politics is one of the most, it's a very important part of his life.
Part of his lifeblood.
It's always been. Ever since I've known Joe, he's been involved in politics. Even, and granted, when he went off to become U.S. attorney, he wasn't involved in politics because he can't be. But I tell you what, when you talk to Mayor Joe, he always wants to find out what's going on politically. I just don't see this guy retiring. I just don't. And I'm a fan of Joe, and, but like I think there's a lot of assumption out there that he's just going to go off into the sunset, and I don't see it happening personally. I think he's going to run for a fourth term, and I'm on the record saying that. So,
yeah. If Joe runs for a fourth term and then Bob Osley runs, it's going to be it's going to be fun to watch. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Who else runs besides Vop? Do you think?
I know Vop may run. There was some talk that Maggie Lewis, she may run for mayor. I don't think Maggie will. Maggie's more interested in being council president if Vop becomes mayor of Indianapolis. So that's how that dynamic works. Brian Mears has been named as a possible mayoral candidate as well.
Interesting.
There's always stuff going on down in Indianapolis.
There is.
Well, I would say the more, how can I say this? The more mayoral candidates of less melon content run, the better it is for Vop Osley.
Yeah. It's interesting. I'm good friends with Vop also, and I know Maggie very well. I mean, they're all great people, but I think they're all assuming that because if what I said turns out to be true, and Joe runs for a fourth term, it'd be interesting to see what happens to everybody else. Does Vop challenge him? Because that would be a big move. And if Vop does challenge,
I think Vop's running regardless.
Okay, that's interesting.
It's going to be.
And by the way, as far as my own mayoral aspirations go, as I told people a long time ago, after the first run. They asked me, Abdul, would you ever run again for mayor? It's like I run for under two conditions. Number one, get permission from my wife. Number two, find me $5 million.
Is that what it's going to take?
And it'd probably easier if you get permission from my wife. Now that was last year at this time. This year it's still get permission from my wife, and I think I found the $5 million.
No kidding.
Whoa.
Yeah, all my defamation stuff, all the.
Yes. I'm so glad you brought that up because
Honest Gabe.
We wanted an Honest Gabe update.
We needed Honest Gabe has been a feature of our show for years. Seasons and seasons, and I know that's one thing that Abdul and Lockpot has in common is a love for Honest Gabe Whitley.
Well, actually, there is an update. We had a damages hearing on Thursday. Yeah, this past Thursday, for one of the defamation things that Gabe did. Gabe defended me 3 times, and so I got Gabe 1 for $400,000, and now we're on Gabe 2. I just got my second damages award, and it was north of $1 million.
Oh my gosh!
Is Gabe present at these, or is he otherwise indisposed currently?
He was in the county jail for his threats of, I should be shot like Donald Trump. But he didn't show up for the damages hearing. Because he had notice, but didn't file the paperwork. Because when you're in jail, there's paperwork you have to file to either appear either in court or Zoom if you're being sued civilly, but didn't file the paperwork. And so Judge Miller was like, "Well, Mr. Shabazz, would you like to proceed?" And wait for Mr. Miller, like, "No, you had notice. Let's get it done." It took 5 minutes.
Oh my goodness! So I mean, I don't think it's going to be hard to once he does finally get out of jail. It's going to be hard to recover from a person like Gabe, or does Gabe have like a couple $1 million house? Because that'd be wonderful for you.
Or file bankruptcy.
Yeah,
Why, Mr. Mayor, Mr. Mayor, I'm glad you asked that question.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
There's a website, and this attorney, you listen, Tommy Weiss know this as well. There's a website called Judgment Marketplace, where judgments are bought and sold, and debts bought and sold and assigned all the time.
Wow.
So what you can do is you can assign your debt, or once you get the judgment, you can go to Judgment Marketplace. Someone will buy the debt for like 25, 40, 60 cents on the dollar, and then they'll give you cash for it, and you're done. And then they will hound them for the rest of their adult lives.
Oh my goodness! So let's say you end up with $1 million in judgments, right? So you sell it to this judgment company, and they give you couple $100,000. That's awesome.
Yep.
Next thing you know, Abdul's running for mayor.
This is amazing.
I love it.
And Abdul, you've been.
And by the way.
Yeah,
Whitley's just three of my lawsuits. I also have 5 others pending right now too.
You and Dad are probably tied right now.
Remind me not to piss you off, my man.
Yeah. Just keep having you on Lockpod, making you smile and laugh.
Right,
that's our goal.
Wow.
And the thing is, gentlemen, it's one thing to say Abdul's an asshole. Okay, fine. My wife says that every morning. Who molest children, who lied on his campaign finance reports, stole money,
right?
Doing deposits. Like, no, you can't do that.
Those are crimes, right?
And it's one thing to say, like, I believe, or I think, well, maybe somebody should look at his campaign finance reports. I think there's something funny going on there. They'd been perfectly fine, but they didn't. They accused me of breaking the law, committing felonies. And like, okay, And a lot of times these knuckleheads will do this stuff online, and people are like, well, I want to fight back, but it costs me. I got to get a lawyer, and it costs me money. I can't prove anything. Like, no, I'll be my own lawyer on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Abdul, did you have trouble with the public figure? Like, if you sued me for defamation, my natural defense would be, Abdul's a public figure. He ran for mayor. He's a radio personality. Do you have any problems getting around that?
No, because they accused me of crimes. It was defamation per se. Normally in defamation, there's malice and there's actual malice. You got to say it was false, reckless, and did it anyway. For the higher standard for even for a limited public figure like myself, the standard was easily met.
Okay.
Well, especially if you have a default, it's really easily met.
Yeah, right. Well,
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you coming on, Abdul,
Absolutely.
and updating us on the shenanigans going on in our state house and down in our capital city. And you've been on our show a number of times. I just want to say I really appreciate you coming on, Abdul. I'm a fan of you. I'm a fan of your show. Always have been, and it's great that you've visited us a few times. So I just want to personally thank you, man. And
Tom, you're my kind of Democrat.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I hear that a lot, believe it or not. So,
well, in this day and age, and also let's go here. Part of the reason why I filed the litigation was I was tired of the moderate Democrats and moderate Republicans getting pushed around by these knuckleheads who say anything and everything online and think they can get away with it. And I was like, no more. And the immortal words of, I'm about to totally geek out here, you guys, so please forgive me. And the immortal words of Captain Jean-Luc Picard, the line must be drawn here and now and no further.
I love that reference.
Did you? Well, Lindsay's not a Star Trek person, but Lindsay's a Star Wars.
Is, but
yeah,
I got the
Captain
reference,
Picard.
and I really appreciate it. Thank you.
There was a great disturbance in the Force, and I found a little hole in the Death Star. We're going to blow this bastard up. So there we
Nice.
go.
I like that
She
one.
likes that.
All right, ladies
Thanks,
and
Abdul.
gentlemen, again, Abdul-Hakim Shabazz, Abdul at Large, 93.1 FM, also the host of Indie Politics Podcast. Thank you for coming on Lockpod again, and I'm sure we'll talk to you soon, Abdul.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You guys take care.
Take
Thanks,
it easy,
Abdul.
man. That's Abdul-Hakim Shabazz, everybody.
All right, that was awesome. How about wrapping us up?
It
Welcome
went great.
back, by the
Thanks,
way.
I appreciate it.
Go
I feel
back
like-
to your wet car.
Yeah, I feel like I'm trying to catch up still. My brain's not moving at
You're
the
on
pace
Hawaii
I'm used
time,
to. I
man.
am on Hawaii time, so that was a good interview,
That was awesome.
man. It was
It's good
nice
to have him.
talk
It's
to
good to get update from Indy. I mean, it really is. It's nice.
So
to,
basically, to summarize, he says he doesn't think that this redistricting is going to happen. The votes
Nope.
just aren't there. He doesn't think that a pressure campaign is going to work at all. He also, in regards to Mayor Joe in that race, he said it sort of quieted down and everything, and he thinks Vop is definitely running for mayor.
I think he's critical of Governor Braun's and how he's kind of strategizing his politics.
I totally agree. By the way, I think Governor Braun is a nightmare
Well, I think it's
for
interesting
Republicans and Democrats.
Yeah,
by
I
the
think
way.
it's interesting that it's pretty obvious to me when the head of the Senate says to the governor, basically flips him off, we're not going to do this. There's problems. There's problems within the GOP.
There's
down
no
in
respect.
Indy.
There's no respect. And the thing about Indiana that's interesting is Indiana's legislature is very powerful. And we're one of the few states where it doesn't take a supermajority to override a governor's veto. So as such, now think about it. If you pass a law in Indiana, you got 51 votes in the House, you got 51 votes in the Senate, or 51%. Let's just make it easy, okay? So if you have that and you send it to the governor and the governor vetoes, usually when it comes back, you have to have 2/3 to override. But in Indiana, you have to have 51%.
Which you've already done once.
You've already done it, right? So if you send it to the governor and they veto it, it comes back. If the same people vote for it, it passes despite the governor's veto.
Yep.
So Indiana's governor, I'm not talking about Governor Braun. Indiana's position of governor is a very weak position. So if I was ever blessed with the opportunity to be governor of Indiana, the most important job I have, especially as a Democrat, is to get along with the legislature. And if you can't get along with the legislature as a governor in Indiana, you're not going to be successful.
Your agenda's not going to go anywhere.
You're not
Your
getting
priorities
anything.
aren't going
Right.
anywhere. And it seems right now, and don't forget, there's a supermajority. And one very important house of the legislature, the Senate, is basically telling Governor Braun, we're on different pages.
We are on different pages.
So that's going to play out very interestingly in the next couple weeks.
So
all right.
I miss Lockpod. I miss the fans. I miss you guys. It's good to be back. So thanks for covering for me while I'm gone. Thanks for listening to us. We'll be back on Friday with another high-quality episode. Want to thank Lindsay, who's only got one show left of Lockpod. I was thinking about that.
No, she's coming back next
Oh,
season.
you're doing the whole
season.
next season. What am I talking
Man,
about? I told you.
Next
My
season
brain's
will
not
be my
working.
last season.
There you
guys.
go.
cutting
Next
you
season.
out,
No,
just like
okay,
that.
I'm
Because
sorry.
I will be a mother,
Yeah, it's
and I don't
want to
hang out with
next
these
season.
losers anymore.
We let mothers on the
Damn.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she's
well,
angry because she's pregnant. You know, that's not Lindsay's real talk.
And we have
dude,
to give her
so.
a pass.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure I talked this way before I got
When
knocked up too.
pregnant ladies say stuff, you just gotta let it flow. You know,
Oh, okay.
it's like
I've never heard her call us losers.
I
before.
haven't
yeah,
either.
that was
I
very
know,
biting. It was
sorry.
very biting.
Wow.
Dweebs.
It was very biting.
I'm too
Dweebs. That's better.
sensitive for remarks
That is
like that.
dweebs. Thank you. It's much better. So.
John's sensitive too back there.
I like
It's
the word dweeb.
Nerds.
Yeah. Appreciate it, everybody. I feel like I was operating a little slower today. I didn't have my normal morning cup of coffee. I sat in a wet car.
Who knows what's
So-
going to happen next?
So I promise, episode 22, you're going to have the normal locomotive back. You know, I'm operating a little under the weather right
Welcome
now.
back.
So I appreciate you guys. Episode 21 was great. Abdul is amazing as usual. You guys awesome. Thank you for doing a great show. Kevin, great doing pre-show with you last night.
Yes, fun.
And thank you, Linz, notorious LMP with the Storm Pooper. It's good to see you. And Jay Vaz, thank you. And it went through flawlessly again, John. So good job. And everybody, thanks for listening to LockPod. Visit our sponsors, like and rate the show, leave comments, do all that stuff that helps our algorithm. Take care, everybody. We'll be back on Friday for episode 22. LockPod is out.